Oh my god, I'm so behind. I forgot that I didn't make this video. This is still from Fives GAC, so sorry. It's against a buddy and former guildmate Rozsoma. Right now we're in GAC 3s is the current season. For the most part, I'm just setting shit and not caring. So you'll see a couple of 3s videos. It's just GLs are ridiculous in 5s. Well, maybe not ridiculous, but they're certainly very difficult in 5s. So GLs in 3s. Yeah, I just really don't have any interest in banging my head against the wall in GAC 3s with GLs. Not doing it. Just not doing it. I mean, I'm doing it, but I'm not giving a shit. Like, I came in 7th place, I think, this first week. I just can't be bothered. 3s with GLs is stupid. Hope everybody's doing okay. I actually saw a news piece that the corona numbers in Florida, Arizona, and Texas actually are on the decline now. It's today. Today is Monday? Yeah, today's Monday, the 27th. So numbers, at least over the weekend, look like they're declining in those 3 states, which if that is the case, that's awesome. They got pretty high there for a little bit. But if they are in fact on the decline, hopefully that decline will be a sustainable one and will be on a good trajectory. In related news, Pfizer started its late phase trial of at least one of its vaccines. I didn't see if it was 1 or 2 because they have been working on 2 with BioNTech. So that's good news. Moderna got about like $500 million from the government in addition to what it had previously gotten. So that is also good news. Presumably the government's not going to give out money to a company whose vaccine is not promising. So good news. Job numbers last week were not good. Unemployment numbers last week were not good. I didn't see specifically, but I would assume that can be attributed to certain states rolling back their reopening. Knock on wood, here in New York, we are still hanging tough and standing firm, even though there have been some establishments that have actually had their liquor licenses revoked because they were they were ignoring social distancing rules and parameters and the continued moratorium on indoor dining and drinking, so they had their liquor licenses revoked. I don't feel bad for them. I mean, if you're purposely going to ignore the rules and put people at risk, then I don't feel bad for you. Everybody else is going through the same shit. It's not like you're, the only establishments that are having to deal with this shitty new normal. And it is a shitty new normal, but, purposefully disobeying and ignoring the rules set forth by the government. The government regulates your liquor license, controls your liquor license. I don't know why you would purposefully try and, ignore what the government says you should or should not be doing. Whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant. That's the rules as set forth by the government. If you do not like the rules, go to a different state. Sorry. Go to Florida or Texas, who are just now coming down from their very high numbers. A lot of that shit here in the city was going on in Astoria and somewhere downtown. I can't remember if it was Lower East Side or what. But yeah, a lot of people didn't give a shit and they got their liquor licenses revoked. So now they're not going to have any business. Sucks to suck. I do not feel bad for those people. Um, yeah. I feel bad for the people that are following the rules and are barely breaking even, if they're even breaking even. Those are the people I feel bad for. But at least they will, at some point, hopefully, be able to reopen to closer, anyway, to fuller capacity. The people that fucked up, you're not going to have any patronage. Sorry. Sorry. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. So that's where we're at. The market has been trading sideways, which is okay. We're kind of in another trading range again. Seems like we've had 2 or 3 trading ranges since the March 23 lows. And the only way, well, the ways that we've broken out of those trading ranges are some really good bits of news or numbers or both. A combination of positive vaccine related news, stimulus news, job number news, unemployment news. So, seeing as the unemployment numbers last week were not that great, we have to wait a little while until we break out of this trading range, assuming we break out of this trading range, because if, although it doesn't look like it now, if the COVID spike numbers continue or worsen even, then I would wager that that would send the markets lower, maybe even lower than the current trading range. Knock on wood, I don't think that's going to happen, although I'm not an expert. I just call it like I see it. But I think the vaccine news has been positive, and with the rollbacks in certain states and certain jurisdictions, as things flatten out and people can, the situations stabilize, like Texas, Arizona, Florida, Southern California, as that stabilizes, I think that will bode well. Republicans have said that they are ready with another stimulus bill, so I'm sure they're going to battle it out with the Democrats, go back and forth a little bit, and hopefully they'll have something. I mean, seems a little bit optimistic, but hopefully by the end of the week. I mean, that would be great, because everybody's $600 bonus for unemployment expired, I think yesterday? I think it was yesterday, or maybe even Friday or Saturday. This weekend, regardless, whatever. There's no way that Republicans allow that $600 bonus to continue. I think I saw that their proposal is going to be 70% unemployment. I'm sure they'll go back and forth with Democrats on that number or that percentage. I would really like to see a back to work bonus, with caveats. Back to work provided you are going back to work as sanctioned by your local jurisdiction and government, not back to work like these idiots in Astoria over here that just reopened everything and reopened indoor dining. So again, I would love to see a back to work bonus with those caveats that it's being done in a safe, legal manner. Because that is going to, in my opinion, give a better idea of what the job and unemployment numbers look like, because while many people have been itching to get back to work, and rightfully so, because who the fuck wants to spend 4 or 5 months cooped up at home? A lot of people don't. I don't. Some people are fine with that or happy to, which is fine. I get it. It's nice to get, effectively paid to stay home on unemployment, and I don't begrudge anyone that, because, if I could do that, I would. probably. But therein is the problem. If there's more or even an equal incentive to stay home and get paid more or less the same uh, as what you were making when you were actually working, yeah, there's no reason to leave your house. Fuck that. Unless you're, a real go-getter or whatever, you just can't stay in the house. So, yeah, it doesn't really make sense, although it is nice for people to get paid more on unemployment than they would at their normal jobs. Again, I'm sorry, I understand. I understand why you would much rather get paid to stay home, but fiscally, it does not make sense. So, yeah, I would like to see a back to work bonus because then that will, I think, affect the unemployment and job numbers much more accurately because the numbers that we have seen, while for the most part have been encouraging, I don't think that they are the full and accurate representation of what's going on in the economy. Um, I think, yeah, I mean, let's be real. If you're getting paid an extra $600 to sit at home, you're going to do that, and rightfully so. Because if you make more money staying at home, why would you go back to work? Like I've said it 3 times just in this video. It again, no judgment, but I don't think that that's fair. I don't know if fair is the right word. I don't think that that is good for the economy. Let's put it that way. I think that it is fair in motivation, wanting to stay home and get paid more, because yeah. So yeah, all this to say, long and short of it, long story told long. I think that a back to work stipend would be great because then you're getting back to work, we're moving the economy, you're getting a few more shekels to go back to work. I think that's a great idea. Payroll tax cut, yeah, that'd be great too. A lot of industries aren't really paying their full payroll taxes. So I think that is going to have less of an impact than people think. Basically, unless you're a W-2 employee and well, in New York State, we have New York State 45s, right? Which the company has to file with New York State unemployment to calculate based on your active payroll, your W-2 payroll, what your unemployment insurance rates should be. So, needless to say, there's going to be a lot of fraud with that, having gone on for the last 4 months. So W-2 employees should be reflected accurately on a New York State 45. I don't know, although I assume that all other 49 states and other jurisdictions and territories have something like that. But yeah, a payroll tax cut, if you're a 1099 employee, it doesn't really affect you. If you are undocumented, that's not going to affect you. So basically, if you're working for cash, yeah, if you're one of many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are not on your company or employer's official payroll, if you're working off the books, it's not going to do anything for you really or your company because it's really about the company. So a lot of non-union construction guys are paid off the books. A lot of service sector people are paid off the books, which is fine. I'm not, although it's lost, payroll tax revenue, that isn't inherently illegal. It's when your company's payroll taxes and or unemployment insurance or even workers' comp coverage is underrepresented because the payroll is understated significantly. That becomes an issue. But that's a whole separate thing that many jurisdictions of government will be looking into and are currently looking into. So I don't think a payroll tax cut is going to help as much as people think. I think it's better that people, workers, consumers get that back to work bonus and then get that $1,200 stipend from the government. I think those are going to be more effective. And then proper, social distancing and PPE so that we can open things up more and try and get the virus numbers down in states and counties and jurisdictions that have seen spikes. Even the president, like I said in one of my last videos, even the president's wearing a mask, at least publicly. Yeah, just wear a mask. It's really not, that much of an inconvenience. Firefighters wear their full kit every time they go to a job, whether it's 10 degrees or 100 degrees. You telling me that one mask is worse or even equal to what a firefighter has to go through in terms of discomfort on a daily basis, or even a police officer wearing a vest, wearing a uniform, in 100 degrees is not fun. Working construction. Guys working construction have to wear a hard hat. A lot of them have to wear harnesses. A lot of them have to wear dust masks if they're dealing with, if they're doing demo. You don't want silicosis. If you're telling me that wearing a mask on the street, walking up and down the street, or walking into a bodega or a store, if wearing a mask is that inconvenient for you, then you should take a look at some of these job sectors where people have to wear a lot of PPE without corona on a regular basis. So I think you should keep the perspective. So don't be stupid. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool. No, that doesn't apply here. Sorry. So yeah, that's where we're at. I apologize. I've been pretty slow on the Swigo videos. I've been playing even more Game of Thrones than previously. Just over GAC. I'm still gonna do testing and character release videos and stuff like that, but and PvE stuff. But yeah, GAC, no dice. And also challenge tier 3 is just fucking impossible. So you won't see any videos from me for that for a while.